This customer is going to book with me. I'm going to close this job. I'm going to have a new customer. Everybody's going to be excited. The guys are going to be happy. We have work for tomorrow. I'm going to be happy. We're making some money. So have you ever felt that way? I know I have plenty of times. And then all of a sudden, what? Customer doesn't want to do business with you. Customer has to talk it over with their spouse. Customer has to look at their bank account and get back to you. Customers just calling to get a few quotes, and then you happen to be one in the line of many that they have to call. Or you've even had customers, I know I have, where they're telling you what the other companies are charging so that you can compete with that price. That's essentially what they're saying. They're saying start competing with what they offered. And then I've even gotten calls where it's the price that the other companies are offering is so low that even I would have done business with them. And then these customers are still calling around because sometimes they're just not your customers. They're cheapo. It's just the way it is. And so if you've experienced that, I've experienced that. Hit thumbs up, welcome to the channel. Listen, heads up for everybody who's I've enjoyed working with everybody. Heads up, just to let you guys know that if the end of the month is the end of the Moving CEO Masterclass, and if you're not in there by the end of this month, then you miss out. I'm not putting another course out. I'm only going to work with the ones who are already in the training. I'm going to continue to work with them, but I'm cutting off the student enrollment because I'll have a lot of things going on helping people build their businesses. So I have to cut it off because I can't take many more students. So if you've been thinking about, hey, I need some training, I need some coaching to get a better moving service, to get better online, to get better offline, better with customers, better on the phones, better in customer service, just a better overall brand. And I'm in this, I'm serious because I don't need anybody who's not serious about their business. If you're not serious, I can't be serious about your business, right? So more than you are. So if you're serious about your business, you want to grow it, you want to scale it, and you need help doing it, then I can help you to do that. But you have to click the link in the comments below or in the video description below to get into the masterclass. And then you'll work with me one-on-one, also have all the training in the course. If that's not you, that's fine. But if you want to grow your business, then let's do it together. But you got to get in there quickly. This is a closeout, a blowout. Go get it while it's on sale. Go get it. You're going to be one of the last ones to get in and take advantage of it. So if you want to get that link, it's going to be in the first comment below, the video description below, or you could just put moving in the comments. But move quickly, running out of time. So go quickly. So here we go. Short video, but we're going to talk about stop selling, start telling. Right now, this is a little bit from the course. So a lot of my students already know about this. But when we're doing business, we don't want to focus on selling anything. If you start selling to your customer, you're going to lose your customer because if you sell, right? So if you are a person that's selling, right? So if you're selling, you're always going to be competing on price because that's what selling is about. Selling, the customer's going to be interested in, they're not going to be interested in anything you do or anything you say except this one thing. They're going to want to know what the price is. So if your script, right? So let's just label this script. If your script focuses on selling, then the customer's only going to focus, right? That's the customer's eyes. Let's give them some glasses, right? So it don't look weird. But the customer's only going to focus on what? On price. So if your script is built around selling, then the customer is only going to focus on price. Also, if your script is built around selling, you're not doing it right. Right? So I'll talk to you about a formula in just a second. I'll write it down. My students already know this, but I'll just write it down. This is why you need to get in the course. The course is wrapping up. So if you've been sitting there saying, I need coaching, I need help, this is your last chance. Please move quickly. Click the link, buy the course, get enrolled, go through the course, start working on everything that's in the course, and then start having some coaching sessions with me as we go to build your course. So if your script is built around selling, which I tell you not to do, then your customer is going to focus on price. Why? How do I know this? Because your script's going to focus on price. Because you guys erroneously believe that the way to close a job is to sell. And if you're going to sell, the number one thing you're talking about is price. I want to submit to you that price is not the most important thing. In fact, price is the least important thing when you have a sales script. A script that's designed for selling, that's where you're going to focus. But when you have a script that's designed for bookings, right? Or 10x VP design, then you're not going to focus on selling. Most of you talk about selling a lot. In my teachings, I teach you how to discuss selling 2 seconds, maybe even less. So the way I teach you, you're only going to talk about price for 2 seconds. I know that's amazing, huh? Wait, I'm not even really going to talk about price and I'm still going to get a booking? Absolutely. The reason you don't get the bookings is because you talk about price. I know customers call and say, hey, this sounds crazy, huh? Because you never heard this before. But customers call, and I got a lot of experience not getting bookings because of price. But customers are going to call you and say, hey, how much are you? They don't want to hear anything about anything except how much are you? Hey, I'm 5 stars online. I'm this, whatever. How much are you? And then as soon as you start talking about price, you're going to give the customer permission to start doing math. Then you're going to say, hey, I'm $150 an hour. And then the customer is going to ask you, how long, right? They're going to ask for an estimate. How long do you think it'll take? Then you're going to make a fatal mistake and you're going to say, hey, most moves around this, takes about 4 hours. Customer's going to cut you off, stop listening to you, and they're going to do math. And they're going to multiply the 150 times the 4. Then they're going to come back to you and say, so, because they're not going to listen to anything you say after that. They're going to come back, tune in and say, so, about $600. See, you've allowed your customer to focus on price. And now that you've done that, you're going to lose your customer because they don't care about anything else except your price. They don't care about 10x VP. They only care about your price. Now, what is 10x VP? Before I run out of time, this is a short video. I got to get back to work. All right, but I want to do this to bless you guys and change your lives. And I hope this helps. Hit subscribe, hit thumbs up. Welcome to the channel. 10x VP. 10x is 10x value. VP is value over price. What does that mean? Well, I want to show you something. If me, you, if I had a, let's see, $100 bill and you had a $10 bill, how often would you trade your $10 bill to me in exchange for my $1,000 bill? So how often would you give me your 10 and I give you my 100? I'm sorry. How often would you do that? Every single time, exactly. Now, why would you do that? Is it because it's 100 and or it's because 1,000, it's because 1,000,000, or is it because the value up here is 10 times the value down here? I could add another zero. You could add another zero. Now you have the 100 that I had, but would you trade it for 1,000? Of course you would. Now you got 1,000, I got 10,000. Would you trade your 1,000 for 10,000 all day long? You know why? Because the value is 10 times the price. If you get a customer to focus on value over price, and especially if you sell them, not selling on price, but if you sell them on the idea that your value is 10 times greater than your price, they're going to be willing to book with you every time. The reason you have trouble, the reason you have 50% bookings, 40% bookings, is because you talk about price. I dare you to start focusing on value. Don't sell, tell. If you're selling, you're talking about how much this is going to be. If you're telling, you're talking about value. Don't talk about price, talk about value. You need a script that focuses on value. If you don't have a script, you need a script. Number one, you want to sound professional, right? You want the customers to trust you. I'm not winging it. We're professionals. We have a script. We know what we're doing, right? Number two, you don't want the call to be chaotic and talking about puppies and that one family member who just don't want to get right, right? So we don't talk about that. I've done that. Just waste time. So Of course, we care about our customers, but I'm not Oprah. We ain't Dr. Phil, right? So this ain't therapy, this is business. So if you're selling, the customer is focusing on price, and you're at best going to convert at best probably 60%. That's the best you'll do. But if you focus on value, you're going to convert probably about 85% of your calls. Now, you tell me which is better. 60%? It's probably less than that, but 85%. So I'm telling you what you need to start doing, and it's a shame this is one of my last videos, but if you guys want to continue working with me, you need to get in the masterclass. You'll be in direct contact with me. I answer all the questions. Just ask any students who's already in there. They'll tell you we still have relationships, right? They can still reach out and say, hey, I got this. I got that. If I had time, I could show you emails and text messages. But that's for everybody who's in the course. You got to get in there before the end of the month. If you miss it, you won't get any of this, and this channel is coming to an end. I'm just telling you, move quickly. Don't wait, especially going into the summer. You got to be ready. You can't take chances. Invest in your business, invest in yourself, invest in training, invest in coaching. All the best have coaches. You need to get coaching. I'm here for you. All right. So the link's in the first comment below. The link's going to be in the video description below. Do it quickly, move quickly. If you have any questions, you're welcome to email me. But stop selling, start telling. If you focus on telling, this is where you want to be. You're going to talk about value. You're not going to talk about how much it's going to cost, right? You're going to talk about how much value is going to be provided, what, and I give a breakdown like that. I'm not going to go through all of it. It's pretty extensive. But I give a breakdown. But again, guys, if you're focusing on selling, you're doing the wrong thing, point blank, right? You need to have a script that focuses on 10x VP, 10 times value over price. You need to focus on value. Only talk about price for a second or two. It's just one quick sentence and we're out of there. We're not talking about price. We're not standing on price. We're not focusing on price. We're not going back to discuss price. We're not letting customers do math or any of that. So that's the game changer for you. That's the game changer for any business. I do teach a bunch of other things, but this is one of the most important things because you do marketing great, you do all that great. Then the customer calls you and you can't close because you're selling. And you're like, I got to get better at sales. No, you don't. You have to get better at telling. You don't have to get better at selling. You have to get better at telling. If you can get better at telling, I promise you, your bookings are going to increase. You're going to have a great summer. All right. If you need my help with that, then I'm here for you. You know what to do. Click the link, video description, or in the first comment below. Click the masterclass. Please don't wait. Go quickly. It's almost done. All right. I got to go, guys. Have a wonderful, blessed day. I'll see you. You're welcome to screenshot this. I'll let you see it. But I'll see you guys in the training. Peace.